Oh, golly. It smells like farts. Holy tamale, it smells like farts. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Misty Show. Today is part 2 of our trip to French Lick in West Baden here in southern Indiana. We're approaching the gateway of West Baden Springs, Carlsbad of America. The term Carlsbad, I had to do a little bit of research on because I was like, who's the Carlsbad of America? Well, it turns out that was a term that was highly used in the Victorian period. It was like another word for spa. So the wealthy people of the Victorian era knew that Carlsbad, it was a term from Czechoslovakia or the Czech Republic, and it was widely used at that time to signify a spa. So this was the Carlsbad of America. The history of West Baden, there's a lot of mineral springs, and so the sulfur and the magnesium sulfate in the water was used almost as healing properties, made people feel really good. They'd soak in the mineral springs and then they would feel rejuvenated and relaxed. Little did they know that the water was actually filled with lithium in it. So it, worked as a laxative. It would relax their bowels and relax your mind. It was bottled up until the 1970s when the government started testing it. It was like, yeah, that's a controlled substance. We should probably do away with that a little bit. But today's vlog, we're going to be touring the West Baden Springs Hotel as well as French Lick Springs. They are sister hotels, beautiful part of southern Indiana. West Baden, right behind me, we're going to go inside. At one time was known as the 8th wonder of the world. And I cannot wait to show it to you. Right outside here at the West Baden Springs, Carlsbad of America, we see one of my favorite. Now, Pluto water, the little devil, we all, well, maybe you don't know, but a lot of us that are from this area, we've seen that imagery a lot for the Pluto water. My particular favorite little feller is the Sprudel. There he is right there. He's like a little gnome-like creature. So this sign right here says the 8th wonder of the world revived. So its construction was built in 1902 and it closed kind of right after the stock market crashed in 1929. It has 200 feet span atrium dome known as the 8th wonder of the world. After 1929, it housed a multitude of uses from a Jesuit seminary to a small technical college, but it slowly fell into a state of disrepair, abandonment. It was a lot of money to upkeep, especially the dome. And after the collapse of a 2-story outer wall, the Indiana Historic Landmarks Foundation sponsored an emergency stabilization to prevent it from being degraded even more. And in 1996, the Landmarks bought the property and resold it, passing the formidable task of restoration to Bill Cook. Bill Cook was an entrepreneur from Bloomington who owned Cook Medical Group, and it's still owned and ran by the family as well. So they restored West Baden, but they also restored the French Lick Springs Hotel, which we're going to go to next. And it is really a beautiful, beautiful hotel. So I cannot wait to show it to you. Another cool thing about West Baden Springs and the sister hotel French Lick Springs is they have this little rail car here that you can take to get from property, because French Lick has the casino. So if you're staying at West Baden and you'd like to have a night out at the casino, you can catch the little trolley that will take you from each to each hotel. Now, the Monon connection, the Monon Railroad was there. They had a station right next to French Lick Springs Hotel. In the late 1880s, the resorts signed a deal with the Monon Railroad that granted direct access to the Valley of Chicago, Louisville, and all points beyond that. So at the peak of the railroad era, 12 train cars served the French Lick West Baden Springs Hotel. Some of the grandest train depots along the Monon were located in the valley, one of which was used to stand on the platform just south of this plaza right here. And many wealthy visitors visited from Chicago and the East Coast, and they arrived to the Kentucky Derby by railway. And so we will be stopping in the Indiana Railway Museum. You can still go on a little train ride. That's a guided train ride. You can do the Polar Express at Christmas time. However, tickets may already be sold out for the Polar Express. It is a very popular attraction. Beautiful grounds, lots of great golf courses. The West Baden Springs has an indoor bowling alley, an ice cream parlor, a pizza parlor, and of course the casino. A lot of family friendly things to do here in West Baden French Lick. Like I said, the bowling alley, the pizza parlor. They even have a children's center, so if mom and dad want to do something fun, the children's center provides activities for the kids to do as well. So you should definitely come down to Southern Indiana and pay a visit to this historic hotel. But until then, you can go with us. We just got here and parked. You can see the back end of the dome. Now you can just come here if you just want to come in and explore the dome. You don't have to be a guest to come in, and they do tours. So you can just come in and kind of enjoy the history. If you're not wanting to stay at the hotel, just come and visit for the day. Also stables here, and like I said, golf courses that are supposedly some of the best golf courses in Indiana. And it's a little pricey to stay here. It's a little over $300 depending, $300 and up. But if you live in Southern Indiana, it's kind of a must stop at Christmas time because the Christmas tree is amazing. There's a beautiful grotto fireplace in here. I'm excited to show it to you, so let's go take a look. It is incredible. Look. It's so amazing. There is a restaurant here, so you can get a table out here in the Atrium. And like I said, you don't have to be a paid guest to come in and tour the dome. Just incredible. It's amazing. And they have these, let me try to find one. They have these great little lounge chairs, or they did at one time. Oh, I see them. They've got these great lounge chairs way over here. They used to have a lot more. A lot of these rooms, these are all the hotel rooms, and it's great to have a room with a balcony. A lot of famous people have stayed here, a lot of presidents, and there was a movie that was filmed here as well recently. And we got the mineral baths and spa. We're gonna check out that grotto here in a minute. But they've got these great little lounge chairs, which I personally like to just climb on, take a rest, and lounge and look up. I wish I could really describe it better. Now up here, up there in the dome part, there's been a lot of rumor and speculation that this part moved and would come down, and so this larger disc was a stage and there would be bands. That's not been proven to be true, but up there is a room, and there's artwork, and they don't know where it came from, they don't know who did it, but there's some artwork up there. So we're going to try to find, they have a little display and they have prints of what is up there, so we're going to try to find that while we're here. But isn't this gorgeous? And again, this has had lots of different lives. It opened up in the 1902. It opened up right at the turn of the century. And this whole hotel here was built in less than a year. And it was at one time considered the 8th wonder of the world. They used to have more of these chairs. This is the only one I see. They used to have a bunch of them. I wonder if maybe after COVID they decide, I don't know. If you're staying in this hotel, you just come down here and sit at your leisure, which is a hard thing. Sitting at your leisure is hard for people to do because you kind of want to always see things. But sometimes I think it's a good idea just to sit back and just take it in. So I know we're not going to have time to do this while we're here, but Mark picked up this right before we walked into the Atrium. They have a scavenger hunt. It gives you a little bit of history. It's more than 120 years old. and it was built in less than a year. There is some ghost stories, and apparently one of the ghost stories is you can hear foot, like the owner, one of the owners, and maybe we'll find out which one it was, had a horse, and he would ride his horse through the lobby, and they can hear the hoof prints of the horses still. But the scavenger hunt start in the lobby. Lee Sinclair's wife has a room named after her. It's just off the lobby. What was her name according to the room plaque? So it's kind of a neat little thing to do if you're staying here with kids. That would be a definite fun thing to do with kids, or if you're just spending the night here just to kind of explore. We're not going to have time to do it today, but maybe I can convince my husband to bring me here sometime to spend the night, and we'll do that. So I'm going to walk over here next to the mineral bath. Ooh, I see those pictures that I was just telling you about. But all of this tile is all original. All of this little tile is all original. It's all been restored. It's been here since 1902. All hand laid. It's gorgeous. And then over here we see this cool grotto. So this is the Rookwood fireplace. Before we explain the history, it says there's an actual, there is fire photographs of actual fires ablaze in this fireplace. And that a 14-foot log could have fit in this fireplace here. A brief explanation how this came to be. It's always been a fireplace on this side of the atrium, but the original 1902 version was not what you're seeing today. The first one had just a simple brick surround. Lillian Sinclair had a grander vision for it. She commissioned the Rookwood Pottery Company. Now, you all, if you know vintage and antiques at all, you've heard, I'm certain, of Rookwood pottery. And this fireplace was commissioned by Lillian from the Rookwood Pottery Company. And then Rookwood is based out of Cincinnati, Ohio. So this is a mosaic. So this custom designed fireplace composed of several hundred ceramic, large pottery pieces that was all fired and created by Rookwood Pottery. And it all they put it together almost like a puzzle. Oh my gosh, I just noticed something.
You didn't see that?
Oh, I found my guy. Looky, there's the Sprudel. I didn't even notice him until just now. The Sprudel's a little mythical gnome guy, and he loved the mineral springs. He's kind of a forgotten guy because everyone focuses so much on the devil, the Pluto water devil. But there's the Sprudel up there. The Sprudel was the mascot of the West Baden Springs Hotel in the early 1900s. So Lillian was a daughter of Lee Sinclair, who commissioned the construction of this hotel in 1902. When he passed away, she wanted to make it a little bit more grander, and so she did some renovations at that time. And she liked the Rookwood pottery. I wanted to show you over here though too. Part of this fireplace is looky there. There is the dome. There is West Baden, which we're standing in right here. Mark, you're standing in it right there. But this is great. I mean, if you love pottery pieces, I mean, it's just cool. It's just cool to see. And again, they don't burn fires in it anymore, but at one time a 14-foot log would fit in there. What do you think, Mr. Sprudel? That's pretty cool, huh? And your little horn that you drank your mineral water. But all of the details that are in here are just incredible. So this was put in around 1917 was when this was created in the atrium by the Rookwood Pottery Company. It's just really awesome. Around the corner from the fireplace, we've got the mineral baths, but I wanted to go in here. So this is the spa area, but through here are the prints, the mystery prints that are up in the ceiling in the dome. You can see here they are, and they're painted inside in the dome there. You can kind of see.
So you go to the roof, you got these little stairs up, and then you got this little.
And they're in there. And it says the hotel would love to collect clues about these murals. They don't know. They were likely painted between 1902 and 1918 is when it was first identified. And you can see these cherubs. They resemble a little bit of like Raphael's Sistine Madonna. And these are the prints here that are painted. They don't know who did it. It says there's been a long-held speculation that Italian artist who worked on the hotel during the extensive renovations from Lillian in there, the Rookwood pottery grotto fireplace, painted the murals as a blessing over the hotel. The patterns on the robes, the instruments being held, and other details are like a work by the famous Italian painter Fra Angelico from the 15th century. So they got a lot of theories of who did it. Army soldiers, linen weavers, the Jesuits. That would be my, like...
The circus painters.
Oh. And Ed Ballard, which in part one of the video, we went to the French Lick Museum and we learned a little bit more about Ed Ballard and the Hagenbeck Wallace Circus. My theory is probably the Jesuits when it was here. But the thing of it is, they think that these were done in like 1917. The Jesuits were here from 1934 to 1964. So that kind of outdates that. But I will link. We did find a little documentary that we watched on it. It's pretty short and sweet. I will link it in the description, but it's really pretty fascinating. But this way is you can go to the restaurant down that way. They have meeting rooms, and I think the spa. Yeah, here's the spa. Is there's Mark. The spa is this way, and I will link all the hotel information in the description, and just. The hallway to the spa is pretty impressive. We should be able to see the pool. It might be over here. I can smell the chlorine. But they have all kinds of different spa treatments, and I will link them in the description if you might be interested in getting a spa treatment here at the West Baden Springs Hotel. The swimming pools are down below. There's another mural there. And then here is the spa. So here is a view of the indoor pool from the spa. And they do have a hot tub as well. Here in the hallway here is an old postcard of where we were just at, where the dome is. The rotunda of West Baden Springs. Looks like one time there was maybe a fountain in there. But as you're walking down the hallways, you can see they have a lot of interior photos. There was a band shell in there. Sorry about the glare. But this is the lobby. So you would think that the atrium would be the lobby, but no. This is the proper lobby where you come in, check in. This is Caroline Caddy Sinclair, the wife of Lee Sinclair, owner of this hotel, sold the hotel in 1923. So this is the Caddy Sinclair room, which apparently you can probably rent out for different events. Small little event room. Ooh, we've got a fireplace. Tiled brick fireplace. Nice for like a little intimate conference or reception of some sort.
Something neat. I know they had to replace some of the tiles here. They weren't all original.
Yeah, you can kind of see. Yeah, the difference in the tiles there. They've done their restoration. And you can see here, this is another picture of this room. Was it this room?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is this room when it was in disrepair, and you can see how horrible it was. And there's the balcony up there. This has like a little mini rotunda in it. There's the atrium. This is the Sinclair. This is the cafe. This is an aerial view, and a lot of the dome glass was broken, and so they've had to repair all those. And there's a section of the hotel collapse that collapsed in 1991. But oh, look at these doors and the stained glass and this Greek keywork that they've replicated. It really is lovely. It says these stained glass windows were in honor of Mr. and Mrs. Arnold Habiggs. They probably were donors that helped with some of the restoration. Let's show you the little mini rotunda. We came in here not many years ago, not long after they reopened, and they were still doing a lot of the renovations at that point as well. But yeah, there's the atrium right there. And when you come in, when you first park, you have to go completely through the atrium before you get to the check-in room. So when we first got here, we entered in right there, and you can walk straight through. But we took a little detour through the spa. Here's the library lounge with another beautiful beautiful fireplace. These beautiful fireplace tiles. You can book tours. They do walking tours here, so you can learn a little bit more of the history. One thing that I think is really cool though too, it's a kind of a hot day, but we're gonna walk out here for a few minutes. We can see this beautiful tile work down here on the floor as well. But they also have some rocking chairs that you can sit all the way through there, and little tables. You can just sit and relax on a little rocking chair. Oh, Mark said come over here. Apparently there's a tour going on. Maybe we can hear. They do have a little cafe here where you can order ice cream from Xanadu. Xanadu, Xanadu. Ooh, I have to get some ice cream maybe. I do want to go down so you can see this domed building right here. We're going to walk down there, but this is one of the mineral springs that you could go and bathe in and drink. Not only did they bathe it, they started drinking it, and you know, it has lithium in it, so they had to put the kibosh on that. But I go back in the door. They've got this blocked off here too, but there's a little railway. So if you wanted to take, and this is where we drove in at, and you park behind, but the little railway station is right there. So if you're taking the railway car to the casino, you can just enter in the hotel through these steps right here, going through these beautiful doors. So here's some pictures of them building the dome. Again, this was in 1901. You can see the ironwork and stuff that they were doing. This is the gate, the archway there. So Mark pointed out this picture, oh my gosh, the glare. This picture was in November 27th, 1901. They just have one level. And then you go over here 1 month later, that's how much work they had done. 500 men at work. That's incredible. So Oliver Westcott was a Chicago-based suspension bridge. That's the word I was trying to think of when I was saying it. They used something, same kind of design that they used for building suspension bridges is what they used for the Atrium. He designed the dome, and it's the largest freestanding dome in the world at the time that it was built. So this is the Arthur Westcott conference room in here. So it's kind of nice. You can, just kind of walk around and absorb all of the history. And not just in this hotel, the sister hotel, the French Lick Springs Hotel, is full of history too. Yeah, this is no longer standing. It was the track.
Bicycle track.
The bicycle track. But they also had baseball field. They would do baseball games. I don't know if they did the baseball games inside there, but in the atrium where we were at, the circus would be there. They would have circus acts in there, which is pretty amazing. Is the West Baden Springs Hotel Museum in here. And so we've got it's right off of the atrium as well. There's the atrium right there. You can see some of these pieces in here. We saw similar pieces at the French Lick Hotel. And now we've got the West Baden. At least Sinclair had that two-level bicycle track built at the south end of the hotel. The upper floor was used for cyclists during the daytime and then closed to bicycles for guests to stroll. It was 300 feet wide and 709 feet long and housed a baseball diamond on one end and 3 tennis courts on the other. It was partially destroyed by a windstorm in 1925, and the whole thing was demolished soon after. The largest collection of bells and chimes in the world. Oh, I'm not allowed to touch those. Oh, look, there's the Hagenbach Circus. We learned about them too. Now, Ballard he was one of the owners of he owned the first circus back in 1913. His American Circus Corporation, which include the Hagenbach Wallace and 4 other circuses, is only second in size to Ringling Brothers. Ballard and his 2 partners sold their American Circus Corporation to Ringling Brothers for $1.7 million to $2 million in October 29, just before the stock market crashed. So that was good timing on him, on you, Mr. Ballard. So Ed Ballard owned West Baden from 1923 to 1934, and then Lillian Sinclair from 1912, Titanic, in 1923. And again, Lillian was the lady that redesigned it and built that amazing Rookwood fireplace. Here's some of the original chairs from the atrium. And then Lee Sinclair from 1901 to 1912. So after Lee died, then Lillian took over and she did a lot of the changes. You can see the Mile Lick Inn West Baden Inn era from 1855 to 1901. But like I said, I'm going to include some links if you want to learn a little bit more about the hotel, more than what I can explain in this video. This is one of the original finials that was on the tower there. It's not a phone book? Oh, it was a wardrobe. Okay. Oh, look. There's some more uranium glass, and there's some of that restaurant ware. The eighth wonder of the world. It's got the different eras of it, and then we've got some artifacts in here as well. The Sprudel, the Sprudel Tiffany bricks. These bricks created lavish Sprudel springhouse exterior. It was raised in 1974. And you can see Tiffany. That's amazing. Oh, look at this little guy. It's a little blue devil. Mascot for the Indiana campus of Northwood Institute was here. The Sinclair coat of arms. This was when the Jesuits had their seminary. Jesuits had their seminary here. The cool thing too, when you're walking all around the grounds and then over even by where that main arch was, you're taking some walks, and all strewn throughout, they've got these little placards here. This is the Sunken Garden. It was designed to guide the hotel guests as they stroll through the Sunken Garden. Originally, the paths to the various buildings in this area were covered with sawdust. In 1917, a disastrous fire destroyed the buildings that stood here, which I guess were maybe these buildings here? Or these buildings here? No, this is 1920s. That happened in 1917. The bricks were manufactured St. Louis, Missouri. Designed in a rectangular pattern, the walkway served as a connection to many of the recreational activities. The short sides of the walkway faced north and south, while the long sides faced east and west. So we're going to walk down. I'm not sure what that building is over there, but we're going to walk down to the fountain, and then we're going to go over to where one of the mineral springs were.
That was the pool building, wasn't it? Remember, that's what I was talking about, that they were doing.
Renovations through the pool building. All right, so now we're in the Sunken Garden. We'll go down to the fountain first. Yeah, look at their little streams are kissing. Don't cross the streams. Don't cross. These turtles and frogs are crossing the streams. It's so hot, I'd like to just get it. Do you think that I'd get in trouble if I got in this fountain? Probably. They might take me to jail, but it's so hot today. But this is beautiful. Look at the little turtles and the little frogs kissing. So we're walking around. There's another little plaque over here. Let's go see what this plaque over here says to this little building. Oh, it's so pretty. This is spring number 1. It was renamed Hygeia Spring based on the goddess of health in Greek mythology. The word hygiene comes from the goddess's name. It says this, it's located on the west perimeter of the Sunken Garden. It's brick and limestone. When it was built, the interior was covered with glazed brick, as white and smooth as porcelain. The bricks themselves, Mark, are worth $100 each. That's amazing. Inside is an octagon room, and the sound has excellent quality. During the restoration, crews excavated the Hygeia Pavilion, where hotel guests once descended into curved staircases to the right or left, more than 15 feet into a basin to sip bubbling mineral water at the bottom. Since the spring was prone to flooding, the Jesuits filled the basin with cinders, topped it with an altar, and used it as a shrine for the saints. So this was fountain number 1. Oh my gosh, you can smell. Smells like rotten eggs. Woo! There's a bird up there. Hi, bird. You can smell the sulfur. Mm-hmm. So this was one of the springs. So you would come and drink the stinky water, and it'd help you go poop. So down this little drain is the fountain of youth that helps you go poo. But yeah, these bricks, you can see they're, oh my gosh, the acoustics in here are incredible. These are the shiny Tiffany bricks. How many bricks do you think are in this building? Well, it says brick on the sign. They're glazed. They're highly glazed like porcelain, it said, made by Tiffany. And these bricks are $100 a piece. That's amazing. Amazing. So this building right here was the billiards bowling pavilion. They are working to restore it into an event space. Uh-oh. We got it's the end sound of the bricks. Now we got grass to walk through, but it's beautiful. And I guarantee you that's probably going to be a little bit to have an event in there, I would assume. We're going to walk over to this other pavilion where one of the other springs were. I honestly don't know how many of the springs are still standing. Well, that was one.
But it's not a spring anymore.
No, but I mean, they filled it in. I don't think any of them are like flowing with water, but you could smell it. You could smell the sulfur. Now we're back on the brick road. Not the yellow brick. No, not the yellow brick road. We're going to walk over to this other pavilion. This was something. Where does this go? Oh, let's go up here and look. I feel like I'm walking in the Gilded Age. Where is Mary Astor? I wonder if Mary Astor ever came here. It'd be cool to like look and see who all stayed here back in the day. Oh, here's another little plaque. I love this. I love that you can just be walking around and you can just run into a little plaque.
I can't read that right there.
Why?
It's number 4.
Oh, golly. It smells like farts. Holy tamale, it smells like farts. Sprudel! This is Sprudel Spring. It was renamed Sprudel to honor the hotel's mascot. Was the strongest one. Boy, you can smell it. Holy tamale. They would pay $3 to drink this stinky water for a 30-day period. They would line up early in the morning at the Pavilion Long Bar where deft attendants.
So they could poop all day?
I guess. Whew. Now see, I don't smell it anymore. You smell it like right there. Golly. That smelled pretty bad. Oh my gosh, why is it gray? Yeah, people actually paid. They paid to drink that water. The Sprudel, this is where the Sprudel lives. I don't smell it right here, but boy, that is milky, milky water. See, we see a baseball diamond down here, and I'm wondering if this is where I bet it was, because there was also tennis courts in the indoor bicycle track.
I wonder if that's a bicycle track going around there right now.
Oh, I bet it is. I bet it is. Well, there's a little thing, a plaque down there. Should we walk down there and see it? Yeah, it is. Whew. How hot is it today?
94.
It's 94, and Indiana humidity is no joke. I wonder if the Sprudel comes out at night. Oh, there's his house. The Sprudel. He lives there. If the Sprudel came out and offered me cookies, I would take them. But if he offered me that stinky water, I probably would decline, Mr. Sprudel. What's that say? Center to ballpark. Center to ballpark. What did I say?
Entrance.
Oh.
Entrance to ballpark.
I wonder if that's original. I bet it is. My theory is this is where the bicycle track was.
Yeah.
Because it makes sense that they put a baseball diamond and tennis courts.
I hope they tell us here, because there's 2 other things there.
Yeah, we're not going to walk all the way over there, I don't think. It's too hot for that. Sorry, everybody. But let's see what this says. The Sprudel Ball Field. It's America's pastime. Yep. High profile game at West Baden during the hotel's early era. It's part of the track, and it opened in 1896, but it burnt down. So they've recreated, and I like that. I appreciate that they did that to kind of pay homage to what was once here. That's amazing. You can see the ball. You want to go run the ball? Run the bases? It's a little hot for that, but this was a nice little walk.
Yeah.
You can see where the bridge that we just went over, where the Sprudels live, is this little bridge right here that goes over the gray water over there. I wonder if these all light up. They still light up at night, these little globes. I don't know for sure what this structure is, but I'm assuming it might be a spring. But if you can see, look at the faces that go all the way around it. It says Apollo. Oh, the O is missing. The Apollo Spring number 3 drew the people to the area. During those early years, the springs were identified by numbers. Lee Sinclair had spring number 3 covered with a wooden structure. This is the original Apollo, which housed the J.C. Stewart Photography Studio. And then Lillian was like, no, Dad, we're going to open it up again. She liked the Greek mythology. So we've got this gazebo The Jesuits filled it in. Way to go, Jesuits. They filled it in, but I wonder if it stinks up here. This faces, that is amazing. I don't smell anything yet. Nope. I don't smell it. I think they've watered these flowers. That's why where the water is from. But the Sprudel stream is right there, so it probably just kind of maybe flowed and bubbled up.
It's just another spring.
But this is neat. And there she is, the hotel there. But what a lovely little walk. But it probably would be best on not a blazing hot day like today. But worth it. So worth it. So hello, how are you? Warm is right. We are going to take the trolley. You do not have to be a guest. You can take the trolley if you are visiting one hotel to go to the sister hotel. So we're going to take the trolley over to French Lick Springs Hotel and check out that historic hotel as well. Oh, how cool is this? I'm going to sit. Oh, I'm going to sit in the back. Oh, look at this. This is an old little train car we can take. So cool. Oh, how old is this train car?
Made in 1882.
1882. What?
Rolled by mules.
Wow.
And in 1896 they modernized it. They went electric. Put the lights in, everything, motor. Had the arm up on top, follow the cable.
Wow.
Here, or was this somewhere else?
Well, it was later. I think we got it in the 1980s.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And it did run till around 2000. It ran as electric, and then it was converted to diesel.
Nice.
And, but
All
our
of the
original
seats.
car, unfortunately, got destroyed. We actually have had a trolley down here since 1903.
Wow.
It started right up there at the T of the roads. That's where it started at. And went all the way out there, right to the middle boulevard, right out to the highway. And then turned and went up down French Lick.
Wow.
Back then, the roads were very poor, very muddy, sloppy. So people would rather ride the trolley than walk. What was it? They said the best year they had was around 300,000 riders.
Wow.
So did they get here, did they use this from the train station to here?
We did have stops at the train station, yes. And it did come down here. It did not go to French Lick Hotel. Competition kind of prevented that.
Yeah.
And if you look at our history, several mysterious fires.
Uh-huh.
So I usually say the competition was very hot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Literally.
yeah. We had a lot of mafia guys come down here, a lot of gangsters. Some of them actually settled in this area.
Uh-huh.
The ones I met were pretty decent people. Help you out with anything.
Yeah.
And
You just didn't steal from them, or
well, I never did. So
right? Yeah. They as long as you were on their good side, then yeah. Right. We're riding on the trolley. Cling, cling, cling goes the trolley. There is the there's the dome right there.
We were thinking about eating something
Yeah,
there.
this is so cool. So cool. So there is the casino right there, and we're gonna stop right over by the French Lick Springs Hotel. That's right here in the distance. So we just got off of the trolley, and now we're over at the casino. And you can also get to the hotel, all connected. Travel tip. Here's a travel tip for you. If you are coming here, cost anything, you can give the conductor a tip, and we got a lot of cool information from the conductor. So that's my tip. Make sure that you are going on the trolley to go between the two hotels, because that was a lot of fun. The casino is that way, and it's all connected, so you can walk inside, which we are because it's so hot. But all throughout, we've got the French Lick salts. So we're at the French Lick Springs. So, and they were competitors with West Baden, but now they're owned by the same people. So they're sister hotels, but they've got little cases with memorabilia and that kind of stuff inside it. And Mark works for the Navy, and they have the Navy Ball. We've gone to the Navy Ball one time, but Mark just refuses to go back because how much is a ticket, Mark?
It's like $80 or $90 a person.
It was kind of neat though. Look at that! Look, there's the devil right there. The little Pluto devil, Pluto otter. I tell you what though, that is a smell. The best way that I can describe it is you've eaten 12 deviled eggs and then you get the deviled egg reaction. That's what it smelled like. Seriously. But French Lick Springs, they do have a venue where there are a lot of concerts and that sort of thing. I know Bare Naked Ladies are going to be here soon, and so it is a pretty nice entertainment venue. There's some more artifacts and things in there, but they've got all these pictures. Distinguished guests. So James Dean was back there. So apparently James Dean stayed here. I haven't seen that yeah, Wally. I wonder if Liberace ever stayed here. All these people, I mean, and there's just covered. The walls are just covered with all of these famous people. Louis Armstrong, Richard Nixon, Diane Sawyer, Sharon, Ozzy Osbourne, Paul Harvey, of course Larry Bird, yeah, Loretti. I mean, it's just covered. Duke Ellington. Oh, there's my guy, Hoagie Carmichael, Peter Frampton, Lana Turner, Greta Garbo, Eartha Kitt. Willie Nelson. I don't see Liberace, but maybe he's here somewhere. Roy Orbison, Styx. Helen Keller. She stayed here. Johnny. There's a little girl in my neighborhood. Her name is Charlotte Johnson, and she sure is looking. Oh, there's this fiddle. Oh, that is cool. That's really cool. All right, so here we can see they've got a little scale model of West Baden where we just were. And see, over here is the fountain, and there's that echoey spring, and the bowling alley pool house.
Bridge.
We went on the bridge, the Sprudel, which apparently it's Sprudel and not Sprudel, and then there's the Apollo fountain, and then we've got the dome here, and then we've got they're renovating that chimney stack right there, but that's pretty cool. But as many hotels do, they have a lot of little gift stores and candy stores and clothing stores and that kind of stuff. But again, just like over at West Baden, just taking a stroll down the hallway and looking at all of the pictures, and then you've got all the little memorabilia. So, oh, there's the devil doll. There's the little Pluto doll. We saw him in the museum. I know. I like him. Look at his little mustache. Really, really neat. So this is the lobby. It's still very ornate. These beautiful tiles and the fireplace and the frescoes on the ceiling. Liberace would be proud. A lot of Greek mythology in this as well. It's beautiful. They also have a spa, and they have an ice cream parlor and a bowling alley and pools. So it's a nice family-friendly place to stay. Lots of things for the families to do. This is Labor Day weekend, and they've got a lot of activities here at the hotel. They're having an afternoon pool party, movies, a pie eating contest. This is the check-in area. It's beautiful. It's so neat. Through this area is exposed. It was like I can't remember exactly what it was as the foundation. This passage was constructed during the restoration of the French Lick Springs Hotel in '06. Crews were challenged to convert this former crawl space into an access from the Grand Colonnade where we just were to Pluto's Alley, because the bowling alley and stuff is down here. 5-month process, hand digging beneath the hotel's original 1902 Indiana limestone. The holes in the limestone were made by carving tools used to put the original foundation in place. So this was all hand dug.
So those are the holes.
Yeah. But this is away from, you can see there's a old glary picture.
When we went
of
through
it.
here back in about that time, this was still under construction.
Yeah. But it's a nice passageway to get from the main part of the hotel to the bowling alley, the arcade, the pizzeria, the ice cream parlor. Again, this is a great hotel. I would say out of the two, if you have children, this one's probably the better option for you to stay in. It's a little bit less expensive. It's still, you know, a little pricey, but it is a little bit less expensive than staying at West Baden. But the nice thing about it is that you can take that trolley back and forth, and so you can, you know, you can tour both of them. They do have a gym. So we've got Pluto's Well. We got to find out what Pluto's Well is. You know, you think, let's bring our kids to visit the devil. No. Right through here. Now, there is a fee. You know, you do have to pay to bowl, just like you would. That doesn't come with your stay. And you can see the bowling alley. Oh, we've got some circus things over here. Here's a little bowling alley right here. Pluto's Alley. And then through here, we've got a fun little arcade. And then through here is the ice cream parlor. Or no, I think this is the pizzeria. And the pizza here is pretty good. I've actually had the pizza here before. It's all like New York style pizza. So it smells good, doesn't it? So this is a great family friendly option if you've got kids to come here. Or maybe you don't want to show them the arcade. But it is down here. So we're standing on the veranda, the porch of the French Lick Springs Hotel. Not the West Baden, their sister hotels. I wanted to come out here across the street so I could get give you a little bit better of a view of the hotel itself. 1847 was when it was built. And like I said, it was a rival to West Baden. West Baden was opened in 1902, and there was just a lot of history between the two, but now they're owned by the same hotel group. And you can take that trolley. They also have shuttles that you can take back and forth between the two hotels. The casino is over there on this side, and then the spa was built in 1901, and it's over there. Out of the two hotels, if you have kids and you're traveling with children, this one's probably going to be the better option because there's a lot more things for the kids to do. However, you can go back and forth and explore both of them. So this was a lot of fun. We did a lot of things. We're very, very hot. But I wanted to share this with you. We're going to come back probably when it's a little closer to the holidays. I'd like to come back and see it at Christmas time. So we'll definitely come back for that. But thank you guys so much for coming with us. And if you're in the southern Indiana area and you want to visit a great historic hotel and learn about the history and the culture of this area, then make sure that you stop into West Baden and French Lick, Indiana. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.